Hello and welcome to High Vibe Time with Ashley and Teresa, raw and unfiltered.
Hello, hello.
Today we are going to talk about meditation,
The different types of meditation.
different types of meditation.
Mhm.
Yes. So, um, yeah, there's several different ways of doing it. We talked first about the difference between mindfulness and meditation, and
Mhm.
then we talked about the myths. And so now we want to go over a couple different ways you can meditate.
Yes.
Um, I know that for me, it's usually not with my eyes closed, actually.
Mm.
Usually I'm just sitting here looking because I have this Zen den that I have here, and it's got these great big windows that I can look right out. And usually I'm just sitting here looking at nature and just kind of letting the thoughts drift from my mind and stuff like that. But sometimes, if I really want to connect, I close my eyes, to connect to my team and stuff, to kind of, I don't know. For me, it's taken away one of those senses so that the other sense can kind of kick in. But
Mhm.
for the most part, on a regular basis, will do it with my eyes open. How about you?
Which is, goes back to the myths. One of the myths we talked about was that you had to sit with your eyes closed, and that's not necessarily true. And so, um, you know, uh, especially if you're not comfortable sitting in a space, especially if you're somewhere different or not in your own home or someplace else and you don't feel comfortable with your eyes closed, you can totally meditate with your eyes open. um I usually do with my eyes closed. I think it's just I have so much going on in my brain the majority of the time that I feel like I need that to close my eyes and get focused and get centered. And so I usually close my eyes when I meditate. My favorite kind of meditation is guided meditation. And that's one of the first ones I want to talk about, which is when, a lot of times the stereotype is that you sit in complete silence and nothing's going on, or maybe you have some white noise, or maybe you're, have this, the ocean music going on in the background or whatever, which just makes me want to go pee. Let's just be honest. And so, like, so, um, guided is where you are listening to someone take you through a series or a visualization of different things. So it could be that they guide you to the beach, or they guide you to a mountain, or they guide you to someplace you're seated, that you're safe. So it's just different ways to get your mind to focus on the here and now when you're doing guided meditation. And I think that's probably the two times that I have been in the most meditative state. They have both been during a guided meditation. Um, and um, it was phenomenal. It's a phenomenal experience, but it was a long meditation, and I had to be in a space to get there. But there are also short guided meditations that are just as effective, because remember, one of the myths that we talked about before is that you have to sit for forever, and whatever, and you do not have to do that. 60 seconds or 2 minutes will give you some benefits to your system, bringing your system down, calming your system down, focusing and grounding yourself. But there are some short guided meditations as well.
Hmm. Yeah, guided is actually the way that I first learned how to meditate because it
Mhm.
was able to take me to a place where I didn't really feel like I was able to get on my own yet. And
Mhm.
so guided was really the way that I learned how to meditate.
Mhm.
Um, when you was talking about it doesn't take very long, there's a lot of times that and I would call this a meditation where I'll just, if things are getting crazy, because I watch my grandkids, I'll just stop and literally take some deep breaths in and out. And, I mean, some people call that breath work, but I would also call that like centering and meditation, just for even just a minute, it still helps you kind of get recentered and focused.
Oh yeah,
So,
that's totally part of it's called yoga nidra, which is it's meditation through the breath. And so you are focusing only on your breath. And then many times you're either guided in how to breathe, like a series of breath work, or different types of breathing. And so that's totally another type of meditation.
mhm.
Mhm. Another one that I enjoy is gazing, which is sort of what you were talking about, that you are sort of gazing outside and you're looking at, out your window or whatever. And a lot of people do that through nature, like you do, the trees or a flower. Also a candle, if you are not in a place where you can get to nature, but you may be stuck inside and you have a candle, you can light that candle, get quiet and focus just on the flame itself and watch that flame. Again, you're just bringing your attention to right here, right now.
Mhm. I remember another example that you gave a while back, and that is even if you're like in a room that maybe doesn't have a window or a candle, focus on a picture, a
Mhm.
specific part of a picture. And I thought that was a good idea, just to kind of gaze at something, to give your mind something to focus on, is what you're trying to do to kind of shut out the noise
Mhm.
of what's going on around you. So, yeah, and I do love the gazing one.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
even if you like, I mean, I have crystals everywhere around here. So if I don't want to get up and light a candle or, it's raining or something outside, and I don't want to look outside, you can always grab something just like this, or like you said, a picture or anything in the room. Again, bringing your attention to the here and now, focusing on one thing.
Yeah.
Another type of meditation, I have them listed here so I wouldn't forget.
I know.
um, is walking, is
Hmm.
a walking meditation. And there's a couple of ways that you can do this. You can just go on a walk without the earbuds in and not listening to a podcast and not listening to music, but actually being on your walk. Pay attention to the flowers, pay attention to you know, the house renovation 2 doors, whatever the case may be, but you're paying attention to right here and now. The other extreme of that is I had the experience of learning how to do a walking meditation where you are literally movement by movement walking, in the sense of, it's sort of a guided the first time you go through it, but you stand there and the person that's guiding you is literally saying, okay, shift your weight to the left foot, raise your right knee, slowly put the right heel like, it is that, like. And the first time I did it, I was like, get me out of here. Because I'm a fast-paced walker, just like I'm a fast-paced talker. And so, like, I'm just like, give me, I can't. And then you do so many steps like that. And then you turn around and you come back. And after a couple of back and forth, I finally like relaxed enough to where I was like, okay, this makes sense, because you are truly paying attention to like, you can almost feel your knee bend, right? How many times do we walk and we don't feel our knee bend unless we have some knee problems, or, but literally you're like, you're feeling the hinge of your knee move, and, and it's so funny, but it was so good too. And I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I actually just because I have my earbuds in when I'm walking too, and usually just listen to music because it helps me to walk faster, you know.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But the other day I didn't put them in and I started my walk, and it was nice just to, look at nature and not have anything going in my ears. And it was very meditating, and
Right.
and look at the clouds and just every bird that you can see. I mean, it was a new experience for me, and I really liked it.
Yeah. Well, and that comes to my next one, which is sound or music meditation, right? Especially if you're in a situation like, I see your bowls back there. We've talked about these before, but your sound healing is a type of meditation, because you are feeling those vibrations, and you are, I have a sound healing lady here that I absolutely adore, and I just get into this like most relaxed state because I'm a music geek and I love music. And so, not just the music itself, but just feeling the vibrations, feeling the energy, and just letting it go, right? And releasing the stuff that, doesn't support me at that time. And music can do that too. I mean, music with words can do that too, right?
Mhm.
So and of course in yoga, there are a lot of different practices. Humming or the
Mhm.
is one thing that people do sometimes in meditation as well. So there's a lot of different sound and music type meditations.
It's so true. And, I don't know how many times I will have one of those stressful days and I will come out and play my bowls for myself just because and it's funny because, a lot of times I'll get them going and then I'll close my eyes because I love to just feel the vibration and it'll make me to where I'm almost like, get kind of, I have to open my eyes because I get but it does that sound and that specific tone just really penetrates your body. And in the same sense, I can be, in just just a mood, not really a bad or a good mood, and turn the radio on and a good song comes on and just immediately my mood changes.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
I so agree with sound and music being literally a change. And so if you're aren't able to really clear your mind, maybe listening to music or doing something like that is able to help you kind of recenter.
Right.
I obviously I think it's important. I have the bowls and do it, but sound is a very good neutralizer, I guess would be a good word for it.
Yeah, yeah. What did I miss any other
I was trying to think.
guided gazing, breath work, walking, sound?
I mean, it's not one that probably is set talked about very much, but I know that a lot of times I will go into a meditative state when I'm doing like mundane chores, like the dishes, folding, I'll be able to kind of clear my mind and or kind of connect during that time.
Mhm,
In the shower,
mhm.
those type of things.
Yeah.
So there are other ones that aren't really talked about, but you can really do it anywhere, anytime, and you don't really have to be still or sitting even to do it. I
Mhm,
mean, you talked about that with the walking, but like I said, I find myself doing it, and as strange as this sounds, I'll find myself doing it when I'm driving.
mhm.
I'm still paying attention to my driving,
Right.
but I'm still kind of in a meditative state as well. So,
Mhm.
yeah, there's lots of different ways.
Yeah, and there are tons of apps out there that if you wanted to try different types of meditation that you can go out there um find one specifically that and play around with them. If you like the shorter, the longer, the guided, the walking, whatever. I'm sure there's some YouTube videos as well. I know there's some YouTube videos as well. So it's just a matter of, which way you want to search for those, but they're out there for sure.
And I think it's so important because I know that my life definitely shifted when I started to include meditation in it because
Mhm.
I was able to, instead of my emotions and life taking over me, I was able to recenter with that
Mhm.
meditation. Like even
Mhm.
like we said, even if it's just a couple minutes a day,
Mhm.
you're actually able to kind of come back to yourself.
Listen, a lot of us are I'm a teacher and a lot of us are going back to work soon, and there are times when you may be in a back to school meeting and that you need to go to the bathroom and you need to take a minute in the bathroom to recenter and refocus and let some things go, and you can do it in the bathroom. 2 minutes, close your eyes. Or walk to the vending machine or whatever, walk down the hall, go outside for a second for breath of fresh air. And it just takes a few minutes for us to sort of get back to. Does it mean that you won't need more later? No, because we all have stressful days, but at least for right then, it will help sort of bring you back.
Yeah. So if you don't have a meditation practice, try to maybe find one of those apps or, go onto YouTube and just give it a try and see if it doesn't kind of shift the way that you see or perceive or go through your day,
Mhm.
because I think that it has a tremendous effect.
Yeah, 2 minutes, y'all. Just find a candle or a crystal or a picture or a flower or whatever. I mean, that's easy enough to do without even having to go look for an app, and just try it for 2 minutes, just 2 minutes for 5 days, and come back and comment and let us know how it went, and try out other ways if you'd like, as well. But 2 minutes, I'm telling you guys, it makes a world of difference, a world of
And
difference.
I'd love to hear if anyone else has ways that they meditate,
Oh,
put in the
absolutely.
comments, let us know if you have found a way to meditate. I love to try different ways. So I'd love to hear any new ways anybody does. So yeah.
Absolutely. And I have my card. I pulled a
Oh
card for
yes.
us, and I have never, this is a new-ish deck for me. I use it quite a bit now. It's the Ripple deck, and I use it a lot, but it's new to me, even though I use it. So I haven't seen all these cards, and this is really pretty. And this sort of, it's perfect. Number one, of course it is. But it's just a really pretty card, and it says calm.
Oh, wow. That is
I mean,
perfect.
and just her in the trees with this, and just sitting
Yes.
there calm. I mean, yeah.
In a meditative state. I mean, it
Right,
totally looks
right.
like she's in a meditative state. That's awesome. I love it.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, guys, that's it for today. Make sure you like and subscribe. We put things out every week. And so if you are a subscriber, let me spit it out there, you will get alerted that we have a new video out. So make sure you like and subscribe, and don't forget to comment. We check the comments and respond to you guys. And if you try a meditation out, let us know. We'll be happy to hear about it and talk about it. And don't forget, if you're interested, Teresa and I both have a Facebook group, and it is in the description. So feel free to hop on over there, and if you'd like to join our Facebook group. All right, everybody, have a great day.
Bye.